Hmm. Tell me what is the issue you are facing.
Let me share my screen then.
Yep.
1 second. 2 days back, I was trying that, but right now I'm also trying that, but it's getting the same issue. Let me share my
Just
screen.
give
Yeah,
me
I
one.
think the screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
So this is the message that I'm getting again and again. So this is the
Authentication failed. Very good. Go back to so what you were doing, like
this is the process I'm following. Up to this, I have done every time, but in this place when I need to authorize the authorization, this time I'm getting there.
so from how you are authorizing it.
So sir, I have
Authorize,
created.
just go back where it is
Hmm.
that authorization should be authorized. You don't need
Yeah,
to authorize that.
get new access token. This when I'm clicking this one here, here a new window is opening. After that, clicking on allow, then I'm getting this.
But when
Click
you
click click cancel.
Okay.
So this is not the URL and site. You have to put the details and also the client ID and client secret. But the important thing is that you don't need to fork it. You can directly put a request to do that. Okay. So
Okay.
you can
So
just
here it is mentioned like create a fork. So
just a minute. I'm giving. So I have put this in meeting link. Also, I am putting this in WhatsApp chat. So when you are looking into this,
mhm.
go to the next stage. Like you have created the connected app and all, right?
Yes, first step I have done, but
Okay. Now come bottom. Just scroll down,
yes.
scroll down, scroll down. This is the postman section. From here, you have to look into. Okay. So
Okay.
you don't need to install it. You can just
Installing.
open.
Okay.
You
Browse.
can open
I
it
can
from
do it in
browser.
browser, right? Okay.
Right. You can do that in browser. To connect to that, first you have to authorize with username password flow.
Hmm.
I will give you the list, just remind me. So, except username password flow, there is a lot, like there are around 11, 12 flows which Salesforce is providing, and JWT bearer is the suggested flow by Salesforce. So, for now, we are just creating this because we just need to understand what to write, how to write. But the
Hmm.
authentication and connection thing, I will give you in more detail. Okay.
Sure,
Now,
sir.
without deviating to the issue, like look at this. So you have to create one new connection. So not connection, the new call. So go back to Postman. Have you logged in? You have logged in.
Yes, yes.
Right. So rather than collection, go to this thing. APIs, go to API.
API. Okay.
You do not have. Just look into this thing like Salesforce Platform API. Right hand side, you have this Salesforce Platform API. Go back to Postman. Salesforce Platform API.
Yes.
Top of that, like over that, there is a plus sign, right? Click
Yes.
the plus sign. So here you can just put a new request. Okay. Now go back to the URL which I have put. I have given you the next one. You have already opened it. It is in your
Yes.
new.
Yes. Okay.
right? So here you have to go to that postman thing,
This
right?
part.
Here you have to create one post request. Okay. So again, go back to postman. This screen and the other screen we have to. So post request means right now where your cursor is blinking, left
Hmm.
hand of that is written as get, right?
Right, right,
Click on that. So you have get, post, put, patch, delete, and lot more. From
right.
here you have to select post because you are going to post something.
Okay.
Fine.
Hmm.
Is it your dev box?
It is no, just a playground. So,
So playground means dev box
dev
only.
box. Yeah.
So that will be login.salesforce.com. Okay.
Hmm.
So go back to that URL, the previous URL which I have given. So here what it is saying, to connect with Salesforce,
Hmm.
we have two options: authorized connection flow, code flow, or username password.
Hmm.
So we are going to use password flow for now. So
Okay.
from here, first you have to get the token. To get the token, this is the URL you have to use. So copy this URL. Okay. Go back to this thing. Put this in this URL. Now there is this one extra space, though it should not create issue, but yeah, delete that, remove that space. That would
Hmm.
help. Now come back to that thing. Right. So here, what you have to do, you have to use, scroll down little bit. Here you have to put these arguments. Set the request method to post, which we have done.
Hmm.
Now in the body tab, you need to enter some values. These values you have to put in your body tab. Go back to your, so go to the body. So you use xwww form URL encoded, right? Here you have to put
Yeah.
user,
Values.
password, grant type, client ID, client secret.
Okay. So
Hopefully,
key
I
would
have
be
given all the
this.
right things. Yes. Just copy paste these things and the username and password. If it is trail playground, then you have to check the username and password thing.
Got it.
And you can just try it out from here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All of them, you are putting some extra space, just remove those spaces.
Mm, it is by default copying the space.
Right.
Username, password. Brand type should be what?
Grant type is password.
Password. Okay.
Then you have to get the client ID and client secret. Put client ID and client secret both. First, copy these two values in consecutive lines.
Client ID and client secret.
Amartya,
Hmm.
sorry to interrupt, but I have one question. Like this, it little bit. It was. I'm not sure about that. But which step I should follow first to create the connection? Like, firstly, do I need to make the connection in Postman and then make the connection in Salesforce, or first of
I'll
all,
come. I'll come to this.
yeah, this one is
I got
it's
your question. Let's complete this thing, then I'll come to that.
okay.
Now, Shubhadeep, go back to Salesforce and check the connected app.
Okay.
which you have created. So for the connected app, you have to go to setup.
Yes, yes, I'm doing that. I think, sir, in this trailhead process, I haven't created the connected app because I'm stuck here. It was somewhere in the down part,
No, it should not be.
but I am not sure that I have created the connected app because in this trail I couldn't find it. I have opened some wrong trail or what?
Uh, Probably setup and connect postman is the later thing. Anyway, what I am going to say that will answer the question of pile as well. So I have given this URL as well previous day, I believe.
Yes.
So the important part to understand, the handshaking between two environments, that is Salesforce and your external environment, the important part of handshaking is connected. Connected app is the way, uh, beginning object manager. I am not sure what is there, but
Yeah, like whenever, oh, okay, now it's like that. I don't know about beginning, but in the trail, it is written that if you go to course here, you can see http colon postman.com. You have to pay.
that is a different thing. That is
In
a
the
different
course
thing
for
altogether.
January, November, we have to do that.
App manager is not coming in this or what is happening?
Scroll down, scroll at the
I've,
bottom. No, right side, scroll bottom.
this is it.
Uh,
So I have created this org newly and it is coming with something like
Maybe it's a
this
language.
is
You have to change the language from
translate to English.
it is translated in English, but somehow it is not.
Put right app.
I think you have to change the password from Trailhead. Change the language. Sorry. Subodhip,
Mm-hmm.
you have to
From
How
change
the
to use
user, you are
Trailhead.
saying?
to Trailhead, I think, because it is connected with the Trailhead.
Okay, and how to do that?
Scroll
So
down, scroll bottom. Exactly end of the page.
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
here
Here,
drop down in the right
the
hand.
right side bottom.
Yeah,
Select English.
yeah. Hopefully now it will be working. Yeah, no, no, no. You have to close it and then reopen it. I believe that will work.
Okay, let me try this as well.
You could have created a simple Salesforce login.
Here you also, yeah, then now it is coming as integration or
Normal dev box that would actually. I'm not sure whether the issue will get resolved or not.
Mhm.
It does not seem like it is going to get resolved.
So I have some dev box. Let me open that. Just a second.
Okay. So till you are doing, like you can take your time and do that. Of
Mhm.
believe now, follow this URL, the link which I have given now. So important thing to understand. First
Yes.
thing, you have to just scroll at the top of this page, Shubhadeep.
Yes, sir.
This is the, yeah, and this is the steps you have to follow from the.
Mhm.
So important thing is that whenever we are trying to connect to Salesforce, uh, handshaking that must be happening through this connected app. So connected app is the place or the gateway for you which will give you that access to Salesforce. So if you connect to Salesforce via anything, via Postman, any like Postman is nothing but a simulation of any external system. So from any external system, whenever you are trying to connect, before authentication and all, first thing you have to create the connected app, because that is the gateway for you by which you can connect Salesforce.
Right, sir. So
Okay, so
in this
first
place, sir, in this connected ID, what is the significance of that connected ID?
I'm coming to that. We have already discussed that in our last session,
Mm-hmm.
that whenever we are trying to do this, there is two things you have to provide. One is client ID, another one is client secret. So that
Right.
client ID and client secret will actually give you the authentication thing, like the username and password you are providing, by which you can identify this is the user. Now, whether you were actually allowed to access that or not, that you will get from that client ID and client secret. That will tell you that yes, somebody authorized me to access this app. And that is what the uh, gateway details is given to me. So what I am saying is not in technical terms, but to get you understand that what is the significance of this connected app. So this connected app, only when you can create this connected app and share this client ID and client secret with somebody, then only that person is actually authorized. And with this client ID and client secret, you can understand, like the system will understand that yes, this person actually got the values, what is required, and they should be able to access the gateway. Now I will allow you to do that. Okay,
Mm.
that
Got it.
is the significance here. And the username password is the authentication for the Salesforce, right?
Right.
So that is the first thing. And with that, you have to generate the token, because we are going to use the bearer token. Why? This one also we have discussed in our last call. That is, whenever we are uh, sending these details over internet, it is not safe that every time you send your
Use
username
a
and
password
password
and username. Right.
over internet, that is not safe. If someone can tap you, that person can actually get the username and password, right? And you
Right.
cannot change your username and password every day, every now and then, right?
Yes, sir.
So using this username and password from that specific gateway, that is that the connected app, you can generate one access token. That access token will be used for your subsequent calls, subsequent like whatever call you are going to do, whatever data you are going to get through those calls, or you are going to put data, that will happen through that uh, bearer token. Like that token will be, and that token you can just put the time limit when that token can expire within your connected app. Okay, so within that connected app you can specify like how much time you can give. Say you have given 5 minutes, so that means after every 5 minutes that token will expire and you have to generate a new token.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'll I'll try this out. No problem.
So Payal, got have you got your answer?
Yeah, like means then okay, I understood. I will go through the link you have provided, and maybe that will answer my query. Maybe.
No, the your query was where to what to set up first. So
Yes.
obviously the connected app needs to be set up first,
Okay. And then
because
after.
that is the handshaking point. If
Mhm.
you don't create that, you do not have that client secret and client ID.
But whenever I was doing the trail, I didn't set up any connected app, but without that, I have completed everything.
Completed what?
The
Have you
trails.
have you connected to Salesforce from Postman and got the data?
Yes, yes, yes. I have created one data that is Postman, but
I
I
also
didn't create. I didn't create any connected app. That's why I don't get that why the connected app is necessary. I After that I created like that, but I have created through the trail the Postman thing, and it got created that time, and also the Postman data
Can you
has.
show me?
Yeah, sure. I can show you.
I also did the same way Pile did. So it
Yeah,
was
like I have created like here the Salesforce collection platform. Here the rest I believe from here the gate API gate limits. Hopefully with the steps I have followed here. Yeah, and here if I go to here, that is the connect.
Actually, I want to say something that trail was showing how to connect that Salesforce org by default when we are connecting it from Salesforce and it will connect only the Salesforce org which will be open that time. I think it was
Yeah,
connected
so
by
you
the
not needed any password or ID.
no. That time when I have also created that from the trail, but it didn't want any.
Always, yeah, yeah.
So
Open
that was
org
that
will
was
be automatically
that
connected with the Postman.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
that
in
was connected
trailer
from
which
Salesforce platform APIs. That why I think.
just like here if you go to course and you can see when like this way it is written in the trail, and like this way I have done this, and there is there is no mention about connected app. That is why I asked.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Wait here.
Sure. I believe Munimala also created two course, right?
actually I didn't did this part. I previously did the connection with the postman. Then I did this trail. It also worked for me too.
Okay, okay. So I
So
did.
that is the okay. That is the course, and that is actually the predefined Postman thing which you can connect. But if you have to simulate how to connect something, you have to set up that connected app and then access the APIs of Salesforce through that connected app.
I don't know how, but it's happened. I
No, no,
don't.
that is fine. It will happen because this is something. Go to your app list.
Today morning I have created that app.
Okay,
With, yeah,
go to the app list. Yeah, app manager.
today morning I have created connect.
Search search with Postman. Yeah,
Yeah, this one I have created today.
this one you have created today.
Yes.
The other things you have completed
Yeah,
previously.
yeah. The trail I have completed.
Just go back to the list.
Um,
Hmm.
this one.
No. The app list.
Okay. Yeah.
Search with Postman.
Yeah, this one or another one.
There should be something else as
No, no.
platform or something like. There should be something called platform.
Yeah, platform. Yeah,
Platform is there.
yeah. This one is the.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Go back. Scroll down. Mm, I'm not sure which one it is using. It is using something like the workbench. Okay. So from workbench also, when you are trying to connect, it is connecting through some connected app, and that is by default getting created. So for Postman also, it is just using something internally. Okay,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
that is predefined, probably pre-configured.
Okay. So that's why actually I don't get the point. And what should I put here in the callback URL? Previously, from your link, I have searched that and I have put the http.salesforce.com. But here, if I if I have tried another to get the connection, so I have got this kind of issue, and then
I
I
believe you have got the issue because you were trying to use the default one which is pre-configured. So better you uh, just create the connected app, and from the UI or from this Postman callouts, just try to get the details. Okay.
okay, okay.
So let me share my screen.
Yeah, sure. Just one question I have.
Uh,
What should I put here, like in the callback URL?
Anything like the actual one, you can just put www.salesforce.com. So
Okay,
that is also fine because that is not going to give you something for now. Callback URL is required when you actually connect and land to somewhere. Okay,
okay,
that
okay,
is the requirement for callback.
okay. Understood. Yeah.
So share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen.
It's visible now.
Okay, look at this. So what I have done, I have connected through this connected app, and like I have just created this connected app. Uh, Connect Postman. Okay. So this connected app I have created, and it was created long back. Manage consumer details. This will give you this consumer key and consumer secret. If you click on that, token valid for 0 hours. Okay. So if I have to do that, I have to regenerate the token most of the time. Initial access token you can also create and generate. Initial access token is something, the first call out when you are doing that. If you don't want to generate the token and use something, then you can use it. Now look at this, what I have done. First I have created this. uh, I have created that connected app. Now, from here, I have just putting one post request, and it is my developer org. That's why this is login.salesforce.com. For any sandbox, it should be test.salesforce.com. Then service OAuth to token. Okay. This will give you the token value. Okay. What is that token value? Once you put this post, you will get if that is a correct hit, or if that is not giving you any error, it will give you this access token, which I have copied. This access token I have copied. Okay. And this one, like the instance URL is given here, what instance URL I have to use, and this is the time and signature. That is not required, or you don't need to bother about that right now. Token type is bearer. Okay. Now, when I am trying to get something, first thing, to hit this gate, like I am just trying to get the details of accounts, like using query, which we have checked from Workbench as well, right? You can write your own query here. So here I have to go to header. The previous one was in body. Okay. The details, whatever I have given, that is in body. This one is in header where you have to pass the authorization. That is the token value. This is the token value. So what you have to do, you have to use bearer space the token value. So you are using the bearer token. Okay. And once you click send, if that token is not expired till now, okay, it is not expired. And now it is 21 because I have created uh, another account that the name was test. This one I have created few minutes back actually. So that's why it is showing 21. Previously it was showing 20. So it is just giving you whatever you have put, like the attributes and name and these things. So I have probably asked for name and type. I can put the ID as well here. If I want, if I put ID here, then you will see that name, type, and ID. Like if I put ID, then first ID will come, then name and type. So the important thing, what I am trying to tell you, here I have put the, sorry, I have given the get request, and this header needs to be there for authorization. Okay. And this authorization, it is inheriting, but you want, if you want to put the actual one, inherit auth from previous authentication. That's what it is using. You can use bearer token here and then put this header. Then also it will work. Now, what I was trying to cover today was
So
to.
one question.
Mhm.
Uh, that query part, that overall generated link. This
Mhm.
link coming from where?
This link means you have to put that link. Let's come to this. This is the URL I have to use because when I was just getting this, the instance URL is given to me as well.
Okay,
Okay,
that is the instant URL. Okay.
instance URL. And
Mm.
instance URL, you can find it from your own things as well. Like you can just go to your environment and check the domain name where you have set that up. From there, you can get this. Fine. Now, when you will look into other like these articles, whatever you are looking into, then you will see this service. Okay, this service thing, whatever you are seeing here, or I can just select it from here as well. This service is the default service provided by Salesforce itself. So that's why I am this URL part. I am not creating. Salesforce is saying that if you have to use my default service, then you have to provide this service. Then you are, as you are trying to get data, it would be data. The version is the Salesforce API version. So API version 42 I have used, probably 52 or 56 will also work. That is the latest API. Okay. And then this query question mark is nothing but the you are trying to query Salesforce. That's what you are going to mention here. And this question mark uh, always know about this. Like whenever you are hitting any URL, if you want to send some URL parameter, then you have to put this question mark. And if you have to add multiple, then you have to put this question mark. The here you have to uh give this thing, that is the key value pair. Here the key is q, and you cannot change anything here because Salesforce is saying that you have to provide the argument name as q, and the value would be the query, and query would be in this format. That's how this URL is getting generated. But if we are writing any class, then how that URL will work? What URL you have to provide to your end user, like the external system, that we are going to look into right now. Sorry. So I have written one class. And again, the authorization you can see here, I have put get. You can put post and other things as well. We'll come to that. Now, this base thing is same. Look at this, whatever was there. Then it is a service that you are going to provide. Okay. So now this part is important to understand till this part. What is this? When you are writing any Apex class and you are exposing it, you have to use this thing Apex REST. Apex REST is you are exposing Apex REST API. Okay. If you are exposing Apex REST API, then you have to, your URL should contain this Apex REST. Then what is this? This Amurtha Goswami is nothing but my uh, that domain prefix. Like whenever you are activating this, like you should have your domain name prefix. Okay. So, like if you are trying to create any package from your org, you have to provide this prefix, your org prefix, whatever prefix you have created for your org. For like you can go to setup and get this, whatever the prefix is. Probably I have opened it somewhere. Let me check. No. So this is the URL you have got, and the prefix you will find. Let me check that. I will share with you. So your prefix, whatever the prefix you are going to use for your while you are trying to package anything. So that prefix you have to use here. Otherwise, this is not going to work. So this is till that part. So that this prefix also you have to check and you have to provide the correct one. Now let's come back how I have got this account. Okay. So here I have created this class. You need to understand this class. Okay. REST resource at the REST resource. This is the way to expose a class as REST resource. That is, if you want to write any Apex class which you need to expose, and that is the REST one, then REST resource at the REST resource, which you have to put the annotation. Okay. Now, URL mapping. What does it mean? URL mapping means that whatever the base URL you have, after that, you are going to, if it is getting this URL, this part, like whatever, like after this base URL, this is still this thing. Now, this is the base URL for that class. After that, whatever it is getting, like whenever it is getting account, this word, it will come to this class. It will come to this class. Slash star, star means wildcard. That means after this slash, whatever I am writing, then also it will come to this class. Like I can just write account, then blah blah blah, then again slash something. So that is actually that all those things, whatever the actual URL will get changed, right? So after account, I have written test. If I write something else, if I write Omorto here, then also this URL, though this URL is changed, it will come back to this class because I have put this wildcard. If we don't put this wildcard, it will not come to this class. Only up to this thing that then it will consider. Okay. So this part you need to understand first. Now, global with sharing. What is this? Whenever you are, what is global? What is the global access specifier? Tell me.
So global access specifier signifies that this class can be accessible outside from the org namespace as well.
Outside of the org namespace, or even you are creating any package.
Yes, yes.
If you are creating any package, then something which is trying to access this package outside of that package, then also you need global. With sharing, you can understand. I am not going into what is with sharing or without sharing. Now the class name. I have given my resource, my rest resource. This is from this one. This one also I have given to you, I believe, but let me give you one second. Also, if you want to copy it from here, fine. So we have created this like this class name. Now we have created one individual thing for what is this HTTP delete, HTTP get, and HTTP post. This one, this is get, right? This get means this is HTTP get. What is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That protocol we will use whenever we are using web. Whenever we are using web, that is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol, depending on which this thing works. And there the name HTML, how that is coming? Hypertext markup language. So which can understand that protocol, and the language is for hypertext. Okay. Now this get, post, delete, these three things we have created. We can use put, we can use patch, we can use header. There are so many options. What does these things do? I am not going to tell you the remaining ones, this put and patch, how that works. You should look into that and just search in Google. What is HTTP put? What is HTTP patch? When we should use that? All these things you should learn of your own. And this is independent of Salesforce. Like this protocol is independent of Salesforce. Only thing is that in every language there is a way to make that up, like put that how how or what should we write to get the things, like to access these things, like this get, post, all these things. So get is nothing but using URL. Like in URL you can access this, right, in from any URL. But post, you cannot access that from any URL. What is URL? Uniform resource locator. This thing is called URL. This thing. So whenever you are putting get, that means that is not secured, but that is open, and through URL somebody can look into that. But post is always a secured thing because there you have to put that within the body. Anyway, here what we are doing, if it is HTTP, if I am putting this request as HTTP GET with this URL, this account is the identifier here, and if the request is GET or post or delete, then it will come to HTTP delete. GET will come to this HTTP GET. For post, it will come to HTTP post. Okay. And in HTTP GET, what I have done, I have just taken the request and response. This is the syntax you have to use to get the request, and this is for the response. Now, what I am doing with this, I'm just returning some list here. I have done some modification from this class. Okay, this class was like it was returning single account and all, but I have changed it. So you can just use the same thing. You don't need to change it if you want to test. So here what you have, what I am doing now, look at this syntax. Request URL dot substring. Substring, what is the use of substring? Tell me. What is the use of this method substring? Tell me. We have already moved to so many things. We have done so many things now. At least these are the basic things you should know. Substring is nothing but if you have a string, you are cutting off that part of that string. That's it, nothing else. Now, request REQ is the request, rest context request. So why it is rest context, and it is because it is not like it is not anything else than rest. We are working with the rest API right now. So this REQ is this one, rest request, and this rest request we are getting from rest context dot request. So whenever something is coming through this URL, that will be the request. So here this rest request we are getting also the response. Now this one, this request URI, whatever is there, I am just creating the substring. How I am creating that? This REQ dot request URI. This request URI actually give you the URL. Okay. Uniform resource locator, that will give you the URI. Just give me 1 minute. And then last index of, this is another string method we are using. What is last index of? Come on. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the last index of?
I think the last index of a connection variable.
Index of connection variable. What is
I
connection?
mean, not connection and collection variable, like list and then map.
Last index of, here it is used with string. That's what I have just told you, that here this request URI that will give you a string, and last index of means whatever I am using as parameter, like whatever string I am using within this argument, then last occurrence of that character or the substring or that part in that whole string. Okay, but there is one thing is there that I am just going to tell you. So that's why I am coming to this part. Look at the type of slash we have used. This is called front slash. From where it is starting, depending on that the name comes, like front slash or backslash. This is front slash. Okay. Last index of this means where last I have got this, after that whatever I have got, like this is the last index of plus one, means from plus one index of this, if that index of this is 10, then that index of starting from index of 11 to that last or the end, that will come into this, like into this string. Forget about this variable name. So at the end, whatever I have given, that should come here. So what should come here ideally? Look at this front slash. So how many front slashes I have? I don't need to count. But what is the last one? This is the last one. After that, whatever is there, it will pick that up. Got it? Got the syntax?
Yes, sir. That means if the account name is starting with test as per the link, then it will come up with that result.
Right. Actually, with that last front slash, whatever is there, after that, whatever I have given, that should come in my string. With the string, I have just, for this one, just ignored it. The like one, how
Sir,
to use.
one question.
Yeah.
These slashes, like,
Hmm?
do they here also work like escape code characters?
No, no, no. Here
Okay.
it is not for escaping. It is
Mm,
to provide the path in our Windows or this kind of system. When
mm,
we are just browsing anything within the system, we use backslash. But in URL, whatever you are doing, this is actually give you the path, and
mm.
look into it. Everything is front slash.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it is actually mentioning the path. This URL will give you that path. Anyway, now with that, whatever I have got, if I am putting any account name there and putting that in this query and just returning this list, then also now I am returning one list, right? I am not returning anything else. So when I am returning this list, Salesforce and its REST API, whatever details is there, it will automatically convert that thing into a JSON and then return like this. I have executed it. There is only one test class, name is test. This is the phone number. This is the website I have given. But I haven't returned it in this way. I haven't written any code to format this data in like this, right? But as I have given that as a raised resource, okay, that's how it is actually coming in this format, in this JSON format. So it is automatically come into JSON format whenever I am just trying to like say, if I just do this thing, Look at this.
All
It
account.
has exactly. It has automatically taken in this format, this JSON format. Automatically taken in the JSON format. And I haven't given this like this was not I haven't tell that don't put the phone and website if it is blank, but it is not taking that. That is another thing you should be looking into. So I haven't formatted it, but Salesforce has formatted it automatically. Look where it is not there. Probably it is not the mandatory field, that's why it is not appearing. But this is one of the important thing to understand when you are returning data to somebody, right? So this is one of the basic thing how we can expose data to some other system. Okay, this is one of the thing I just wanted to tell you that this is the way you can write your code. Also, with this do post, I haven't done that. I would say use this do post, create one account. How it needs to be created, that you have to look into and you will do that of your own. From this code, what you have understood, let me know next day and how it is getting created. Name, phone, website, how it is, it will come. How it will come. It is you are just putting some argument here. How that you can use these arguments. I'm not going to tell you right now. Try it of your own and it would be simple. Instead of get, you have to do this post. Okay. Here till account, everything would be fine. And then you have to pass those arguments. How you are going to pass those arguments, that is important. That I want to see. Uh, you have to do that and let me know next day. That is one of the thing. Now, this is how we expose JSON by default. But if we have to do some formatting, how we can do? There are two methods. So this is the guide for JSON class. Here there are two things you have to uh, know specifically. Serialize and deserialize. These two methods. You have the examples as well with you. Whenever you are trying to look into this, you will see what is that. And I will give you some
So, sir, when I am using when I am return the data to Salesforce from Postman, so I am using the JSON format, right? Get the data
right.
from.
You are using, you have to put that in JSON format, but here in JSON format, instead of like if you look into this, this is body, this is header. Header. I just want to check. Uh, if you have your bulk edit, you can see this is the value how it is given. But in Postman, you have this way to put that key and value separately. Even if you are giving this key and value, when it is actually posting that, or when it is going to put that request, it will automatically convert that into JSON format
Sir,
by default.
I am using the Postman, and you said that the Apex rest of Apex class you have writing. So I am using when I am using the Postman. So it is mandatory for the it is mandatory for the write a class for.
No, it is not. Like,
Yeah.
without writing any class for this one, we are getting the data, like how Salesforce has given that to you, right? You
Okay.
can just put the query and you can just access the data when, how you want, after having this connection. But in some cases, there would be things, or there would be places you have to add or edit or modify on top of that data. Then how you can do that? Because this is nothing but simple query. If there is a complex structure which you have to send, and in the given format, like here we have only sent that in this format, but we can just take this data and format it of our own. Like, say you have to send null wherever it is null. Right now it is not giving you any value. Here, when the website and phone number is blank, it is not showing that value here, right?
Mm.
But say the endpoint, like the external system, that told you that no, I need this value null if there is no value. Then
Okay.
you have to write some code, you have to do something so that it can appear here. Like, this default one will not work, this default return will not work. You have to write some logic on top of this, and then you have to club that data and send that back, right?
Yeah. Mr.
So before sending that back, if you have to do any data manipulation, then you have to write your code. Got the scenario when we have to write the code?
Yes.
So
Got.
by default, we will try to use the out of the box ways where we do not have to write code. But uh, if there are things for which we have to uh, like manipulate that data, change the format, do anything on top of it, at that time we will write the code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the other part, what I was saying, I forgot. Like, I was about to say something. Mm, yes, this serialize and deserialize. Where where is that? This one. This serialize and deserialize. How that work with wrapper class, and how we can utilize it, that you should learn. And you should be sending, like, you should be creating one class with this JSON serialize and deserialize as RESTful apex, and uh, send that data. Like, you have to write the class only. Okay, this is one part. Now the other part, what you have to do, this is one class you have written. If you have written this class, then you have to write the test class as well. So how we can write that test class? Here you have that example. So look into this test class and let me know next day what you didn't understand. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I don't want to move further today, because not everybody of you has created this connected app and tested this URL, like this accessing data from URL, all these things. So if you have to go through that first and then come back to this thing and understand this class, it would be too much for you to learn within a week. So I'm just giving you time so that you can complete those trailheads. Look into these two links which I have given to you so that you can set that up and write of your own classes by which you can expose your data. That would be great by next week. And what I will do, I will look into we will look into this soap thing later. First, we will complete this rest part. Okay, because soap is little easy. Rather, I would say easy means you do not have to do multiple things of your own. Most of the things system will generate for you. Small modifications you have to do. That I will show you. What are the things you have to do there? Like how you can parse that data. What are the generic issues to parse any visual file in Salesforce? All these things. So till now we are going through like inbound call, like somebody is calling Salesforce. If we have to call somebody, some other API and put that within our code, how we can do that, that we will look into next step.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Because till now, whatever I have told you, like you have to go through that and understand that. Now, do you have any question on top of this, whatever we have learned today?
Nothing from my side.
Okay, then let me stop the recording.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, you can stop. Just I want to know about that.